Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. I'm playing a Druid deck. We cruised to 2-0 in the last video. I said I would reserve my judgment about the quality of this deck until I played some games, and it seems to be performing quite well. I had some reservations about the mana curve. It doesn't seem to have quite enough upper end and way too many 2-drops. Some of those I feel like should have been 3-drops or 4-drops, but seems to be performing well. I got 2 swipes. I got a Wrath. I really can't complain. Didn't see Starfall or Starfire, but whatever. I'll make do with the swipes and just hope that my big creatures are enough. Up against Soulless the Warrior here. And we draw a bunch of 2-mana cards. What a surprise. Alright, I'll keep everything here. My plan is probably to make this Panther on turn 2. Unless my opponent coins out some kind of 2-toughness card, in which case I'd rather have the Geomancer die to it than the Panther, because the Panther is more valuable. And then the Geomancer, I could keep it around in case, I need to combo it with Wrath or Swipe or something at some point. Oh, geez. Okay, well, for that, I think I'm actually just going to Wrath it. Let's not leave anything to chance. He did spend his coin for it, so there was no possibility of a Shattered Sun Cleric, but if I played this Power of the Wild and he had a Fiery War Axe, I mean, let's just not dick around here, folks. Let's just not dick around. So, seeing a Sunwalker for the first time, and now I've got an interesting option here. I could play the Acolyte of Pain. And what that would do is, the Bloodfen Raptor would run into it, and I would draw my card back, deal a damage to this. And then the Bloodfen Raptor would be at 1 health, whereupon I could kill it with my hero ability, or I could swipe his next drop, and that would pick off the Bloodfen Raptor as well. The alternative is to play the Kobold Geomancer and just hope that the Bloodfen Raptor will trade into it, or play the Power of the Wild and trade that in for the Raptor, and then keep the Geomancer and swipe for a turn 6 Mega Damage Bomb. It's a tricky situation. I think I'll go for the Acolyte here. I doubt the Acolyte's going to get any better. This guy is off to a roaring start here with 2 drops on both first and second turns. So I have a feeling he's not going to slow down. He seems to be curving out quite nicely. Yeah, there's the Fiery War Axe. Okay. So he's going to hit my Acolyte. And that's fine. I don't mind losing 1 charge to this War Axe because it drew me my card back. And hey, we actually got a 4-drop here. That's awesome. Well, if I can survive to the Sunwalker, I might do alright. Warriors are, if they don't have a silence, they're not the best at dealing with this. So I might be okay. Now, I'm guessing he's going to use the Axe plus the Raptor to kill it off. Yep, fair enough. And so we're kind of in an awkward spot here. I really want to play the Sunwalker. That's what I really want to do, but I can't. Phaseless Manipulator. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem quite right. So I could play the Berserker, which technically holds up against the Golem. I don't feel comfortable doing that at all, though. All right, we'll do that. I think I have to go for it. This is what the problem with my deck is. I've got all these 2-drops, and here I don't need to be playing 2-drops. I want 5-drops. So what I'm gonna do is a little bit of a risky play. I am gonna hero up and whack this Golem. Generally, I'm not a fan of doing this, but there's a purpose to that here so that the Berserker threatens to kill it. It's not exactly like a huge threat or like a scary threat, but it is a threat, so my opponent can't just, do business as usual. There's something that I'm threatening here that could be a problem for him. Does he have a Shattered Sun Cleric? No, but he has a Taunter, which is, well, it's an interesting choice here under these particular circumstances, just because I am able to, turn on Enrage against the Warden. I'm guessing my opponent's banking on the fact that the Golem, if I did turn on Enrage against the Warden, would be able to kill off my Berserker, which is actually a pretty fair thought process for him to have. But I'll give him a taste of his own medicine. We'll hit the Warden, turn on Enrage, and play my own Taunter. So, again, here's where we wait and see if he has a Silence. If he does, he's in really good shape, because if he silences this, it's just a Chillwind Yeti then, oh my god! Wow, he just got 3 cards for 2 mana. Well, that's putting him in a pretty good position. Oops. If he has a Silence for this, he can use the Golem to kill off the Amani Berserker. Looks like he doesn't have a Silence, so that's good. Now, is he going to run his creatures into this? Not much profit in that. He chooses not to. Okay. Well, here I've got 2 main options. Well, 3 I would say. One option is play the Faceless Manipulator, copy the Sunwalker. That's obviously good. That leaves me with 2 mana. What do I do with 2 mana? Well, not a whole lot. Unfortunately, I mean, I could play Power of the Wild, I guess, but that doesn't actually help anything at all. So then I can just run the Berserker into the Warden, kill it off, run the Sunwalker into the Frothing Berserker before it gets out of control, pop Divine Shield. Be left with 4-5 and a 4-5 with Divine Shield and Taunt facing off against a Harvest Golem. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good option. But let's consider everything. The other thing I could do is play the Kobold Geomancer and swipe. Now, if I swipe this thing, the Golem will die, but this will get huge and go down to 2 health. And then I can pop Divine Shield to kill off the Frothing Berserker, and then the Golem technically can't get at my Sunwalker because of the taunt, and I can actually swing at his face. I'm not that concerned with swinging at his face right now, though. So what I'm going to do instead is I will, in fact, kill off this Warden. I don't care about this guy getting enraged because my Sunwalker is really... Oh my Jesus! Oh my god, I should have played Faceless Manipulator first. That was really silly of me. Yeah, sorry folks, I thought for so long about my turn, I made a huge error. So this should have Divine Shield and it doesn't. That could cost me the game, definitely. But anyway, I've got pretty good board presence here. 2 4-5s with a 5-1. Backing him up. Might be okay. Now if he has like an execute, he can just charge the Golem into here and execute it. And then still have a damaged Golem on hand. Whirlwind is also pretty good. It will kill off my Berserker. If he has an execute now, I'll be in trouble. Doesn't seem to have execute. So Whirlwind would have just popped the Divine Shield, so this should be a 4-5 instead of a 4-4 right now. I guess all things considered, it's not the biggest deal in the world. So do I play my Ironbark Protector? The reason I'd be tempted not to is that I can do... I can run into the Golem and then use the hero ability to pick off the damaged Golem and just finish, you know, close that book, basically. I think I want to do that. Well, do I? This is an 8-8. Yeah, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna just play the Ironbark Protector, and I'm gonna swing at his face. So the Golem can run into the Sunwalker, but it won't kill it without help. He'd need like a Dark Iron Dwarf to actually get the kill. Slam also works. Alright, well, I could have preserved... Actually, no, I couldn't have. This would have died to this thing. We just wouldn't have drawn a card off of it. Silverhand Knight. Okay, Swipe will take out everything he's got. With spell damage, of course. I really want 10 mana for Violet Teacher, Kobold Geomancer, and Swipe. Alas, it is not to be. I could use Swipe plus Hero ability, but why do that when I can just use Swipe plus Kobold Geomancer? That's 6 mana. That would leave me with 3. And then I could play a Sun Fury Protector. I don't know. What other options do I have? I mean, I could swing for 8. I'm going to have to swing at his face for 8. So the question is, do I leave this guy alive or not? That's the main question. I could play the Violet Teacher, and without using spell damage, swipe this guy. That'll kill off the damage golem. Leave the Squire alive. That would put a bigger body on the board and also make a 0-1. Maybe I'll do that. I'll risk letting him keep that creature.
Pay attention, class.
In exchange for more board presence.
I'm ready to learn.
If only I had 1 more mana, I could hero ability finish off this Squire. We'll hit him for 8. That's pretty good. You know, I passed on a second Ironbark Protector. I'm wondering now if that was a mistake. I mean, this guy has been kind of ridiculous for me. My opponent could still come back from this. All he has to do is get rid of this thing, which Warriors have a number of ways of doing, and like an Execute will do the job. Now, he didn't have an Execute on any previous turns, because when I had those 2 Sunwalkers out, an Execute would have been amazing. By the way, if I'd played my Faceless Manipulator in the correct order, my Sunwalker would have lived with 1 health, so I definitely am paying for that mistake. So he's got 7 mana. He has to deal with this. I mean, if one of those things is like it's a taunter, so you want to deal with it, but it's also dealing 8 damage a turn to you, so you got to be very careful. He can probably just brute force his way through it. Yeah, he's got enough damage to kill it. Is he actually going to send everything in? That's what he has to do, it seems like. Oh, he's going to choose death. Well, I don't know. He could have kept playing. All this 2, 4, 6, 8, leaving the Novice Engineer to kill my 1-1. Oh no, then they wouldn't have had charge anymore. Oh no, the Warsong Commander doesn't have charge. He only had 7 damage. Oh, I see. Okay, so he only had 7 damage because the Warsong Commander gives other creatures charge. It does not charge itself. And so he would have only had 7 damage. He could not get through my Ironbark Protector. Well, alright, that's been a couple of games now where I drew Ironbark Protector, and it was incredibly good for me. Faceless Manipulator there, proving itself, although it was in a really bad Epic pack, so I didn't, like, do anything great picking the Faceless Manipulator. It was pretty much a no-brainer. Alright, well, let's take a sip of Good Luck water and see who we're facing off against in our 4th game. Because the cancel button is making noises, I know that The game is not crashed or frozen yet, which is always a plus. Right before I started this, or continued this run, I was on OkCupid and I was about to send a girl a message, and then she messaged me as I was writing her. That's always the greatest feeling when that can happen. Alright, we're up against a priest, Dynami, or Dynami the priest. What is that, Dynami? Anyway, I wish I were the first player here. Yeah, this is where you definitely want to be the first player. I'm going to make a bit of a tech move. I'm going to send back that Geomancer. We've got 1, 2, 3. I don't need that Geomancer. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I really wish I were the first player here. Pretty much not going to have any use for my coin unless he shows me that I need to skip a turn, like skip this Acolyte or something, to play out the Violet Teacher. Now, the Violet Teacher, on the plus side, does trigger off the coin. So if I do end up just curving out 1, 2, 3, 4, then the coin can be played later. And that's fine. Now, I may not play the Amani Berserker. Hey, yeah. I will definitely not be playing the Amani Berserker. I don't want to leave this thing alive. I'm going to just mark over the wild my Argent Squire and Papa-Doodle-Doo on the Northshire Cleric. Now, the unfortunate thing about this is that as a priest, you can play Shadow Word Pain and kill this off easily enough. It's at 3 damage, not at 4, sadly. However, this is 2 cards in 1. And I already killed a Northshire Cleric, so if he spends a spell killing this, I'm still doing good. Now, I imagine he has an Abusive Sergeant or a Holy Smite or something to finish this off. Otherwise, the Boogaloo Warrior is a very dumb play here. Sorry, I don't mean to be dumb, like, he's a bad person. It just doesn't make any sense. What is he doing? What? Does he have a 0 mana? No, okay. Let me think for a moment. In a recent video, I was a big douchebag. I insulted some guy who was playing, and it turns out I was totally wrong. I'm trying to see what the merit of that play was. I don't see it. I don't see the merit of that play. So Power Word Shield just basically cycled itself, and then he lost a creature. So this has already killed 2 cards. Now, I could play this as more aggressive, and it would let me play the Leper Gnome. Or I could play the Acolyte of Pain, which is more passive, but it sets me up to draw cards. I'm going to go for aggressive rather than passive. There's a risk that he has Shadow Madness, but I'm not going to play around. Oh, God, is that an epic or a rare? Oh, God, if that's a rare, I should really play around it. If it's an epic, I don't mind not playing around it. But if he has Shadow Madness, he can steal my Argent Squire and kill the Amani Berserker with it. Okay, this, the usual problem here, of course, is that there's a chance that he has Inner Fire to make this a 7/7, or double Divine Spirit and Inner Fire to kill me in one blow. If he does, so be it. I could turn on Enrage by running the Amani Berserker into this, but I don't want to because he's going to play Holy Nova then and kill the Berserker. I'd rather have the Berserker get enraged by the Holy Nova. So we'll keep this Taunter, which is actually quite handy. Play the Violet Teacher, I think. Yeah, play the Violet Teacher. She survives Holy Nova. And we're going to swing, and he's down to 20 health. All right, so the 2-drop curse is really biting me in the ass here. I don't like all these cheap creatures. It's got Power Word Shield. All right, so that's a 2/9. I can see where this is going. Okay, well, this is one of the few times on this channel where we have gotten the Inner Fire combo pulled off against us. Might still be able to win the game, but it's going to be close. It's going to be real close. Can I get a... Oh, okie dokie. That's solid. That is solid. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a 9/6 for 5 mana. Thank you. So he's got a really ugly decision to make. Either he, just trades, or he kills my other creatures, but then I'm hitting him for 9. Now, he could have Shadow Word Death. That's what he wants right here, Shadow Word Death, 3 mana, kill this thing. And then this guy will terrorize me. It'll start by killing my Violet Teacher and everything. I'd love to see him trade, because that means he doesn't have an answer for this thing. Oh, please trade. Please trade. Show me that you don't have an answer. Show me that you're going to lose. Thank you. Okay, I say I dealt with that pretty well. So there was 2 cards in one here, the Snapjaw plus the Inner Fire. So I just traded them with a single card of mine. This, however, is a problem. Ah, damn, it's a real problem. I have to 2-for-1 into it. I can never use the coin either. That's so awkward. So... All right, I think I'm gonna draw a card here. We'll see if I can dig out a Wrath or some kind of answer here. Innervate. That's interesting. So Innervate will make a 1/1 from the Violet Teacher. So I have a total of 5 mana available here. I wish I could swing for 3 without using the Violet Teacher, but I can't. Well, I could use Hero Ability. That's interesting. Yes, so I'm gonna use Hero Ability. Innervate. Make a 1/1, get a Bluegill Warrior. We're gonna smack this guy for 1 damage, then throw away my least valuable creatures, the Warrior and the Leper Gnome. I could use the coin just to make 1/1 dude, but that seems silly, so we'll just swing a Ling-Ling at his face. He's getting very low on health, I'm very high on health. Card-wise, he's got 5 to my 6, plus the coin, 7 soon to be. So I would say he's not even really getting ahead of me on cards, he's just in a lot of trouble. The few cards he has need to be spectacular. Is this a Mind Blast? Tell me that's a Mind Blast. Oh, darn. Holy Fire. Boo! Well, that is his whole turn, but it buys him a lot of time. My stuff is kind of weak and chumpy here. Okay, well, let's swing. Swing. Can I use the panda here? I could replay the Gnomish Inventor. I would actually rather do this guy, because he hits pretty hard and doesn't die to Shadow Words. And this guy. You know what? This coin's not getting any better. Let's panda back. Just the cheapest thing I have. Is it a 0 or a 1 mana? It's a 0 mana? Okay. So I could have done this to get an extra card next turn, but that seemed a bit greedy. I'm pretty safe from Holy Nova. This gets enraged, this survives, this survives, this draws a card. Only these 2 things die. You're gonna have to have spell damage Holy Nova, which would actually probably win him the game, but I'm not going to play around spell damage Holy Nova. I've been in over 160 arenas. The number of times I've had someone play spell damage Holy Nova on me is, I don't know, once? If that, I'd be shocked if it were like twice. So I'm just not going to play around it because of experience. That's what the cool thing about Hearthstone is. You know, no matter how good you are, naturally, there's some things you just can't know about this game without experience because it's just that deep. He's going to heal himself, so he doesn't have anything for 8 mana. That's good news. This is such chump trash. Nothing here was worth more. Okay, I guess this guy is a 4 mana creature, but yeah, that's the issue with this deck. I just have all these weakling cards. Now somehow it works, but in that game it was really Faceless Manipulator that saved me against his 9/6. Otherwise I was going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay, so we're up to 4-0. That means absolutely nothing. I'm just going with the flow, living from moment to moment, enjoying every second as it comes to pass. I was just thinking recently that a while back, as recently as, you know, maybe 2 months ago, I used to think that Hunter and Warrior were the 2 worst arena classes because they're the 2 whose hero ability doesn't impact the board. And 2 of my best classes recently are actually Hunter and Warrior. They're in fact the only 2 classes so far that I've made it past 9 wins with in the arena. And I've done that 3 times with 2 Warrior and then once with Hunter. Well, I'll keep 1 swipe, but I don't want to keep the other. Other than that, this looks good. Turn 1, Argent Squire. Turn 2, Panther. Aha, well, we could do actually Argent Squire and Leper Gnome on turn 1 with the coin. That may be what I do, depends on his turn 1 play. What's nice is that against a Warrior, usually you're afraid to coin out 2 1-drops, because they'll both die to a cleave. However, here it's alright, because the Argent Squire has a Divine Shield. Now, I'm actually going to end up not doing that. I don't want this Infiltrator to trade against my Leper Gnome. I want to put some pressure on him and put him in a situation where, like, if he attacks with this thing, I'll kill it with my hero ability, or I'll kill it with the Divine Shield and make him sweat it a little bit. I want this to have no good targets. Now, that does mean that time might pass the Leper Gnome by, and I won't have, you know, a good time to play him. In that case, so be it. It'll just be a 2-mana bomb, but that's what it's currently going to be anyway. I'd like for it to do more than just kill this Worgen Infiltrator. I'd like it to deal, you know, damage to some significant creature. My opponent, I'm guessing, is not going to attack with that, which is fine by me. A swipe will kill this off if he chooses to keep on, like, never attacking with it. Now, I'm not going to play Power of the Wild as a pump spell, because that's too weak. Just giving 1 creature +1/+1 is a bit weak. I don't want to play the Leper Gnome, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Acolyte of Pain. This is another card that is not a good target for the Worgen Infiltrator. At this point, you could play a Shattered Sun Cleric, and then this would become a 3/2. He could run it in. He has it. Oh, fuck. Well, that's life. That is life. At least I draw a card off of that. Well, this is actually kind of irritating. I don't want to play this because it'll just die to the Shattered Sun Cleric. Ah, but Harvest Golem, that's what I want. Leper Gnome is a consideration. If I use Leper Gnome, I could either hero ability and kill this, or just pop the Divine Shield and kill it. I don't want to pop Divine Shield and the Shattered Sun Cleric will get the kill. Basically, I could try to trade the Shattered Sun Cleric against the Leper Gnome. But you know what? Let's not be fancy. Let's just use Harvest Golem. That's a great answer to it. Pop Divine Shield. So, yeah, the Shattered Sun Cleric can kill this, but then a swipe will kill off maybe what he plays right now, plus the damage Shattered Sun Cleric. And if he plays like a 5 toughness creature, I could still swipe and cash in the Harvest Golem, or I could just finish this off with my hero ability and then play a Leper Gnome or a Power of the Wild, as the case may warrant. So he's going to get the kill on the Argent Squire and play his own Harvest Golem. Ah ha ha, I see what you did there. Well, I think I am going to swipe this. Good option now is better than the best option later. This is one of the greatest feelings in all of Hearthstone, when you can attack and kill something with your Harvest Golem and it doesn't die. So your opponent's like, I have to use like another thing to kill it, and then like another thing to kill that thing. It's so infuriating. Alright, he is going to pop it off, but that means that the damaged Golem gets to kill this Pint-Sized Summoner. Pretty sweet. I don't have anything to facelessly manipulate, so we will do that. And I'll play a Leper Gnome now, so this is a good time for Leper Gnome, I think. And the Blade Master seems good too. So the Leper Gnome is threatening to trade into the Rifleman. And I think this is a much better use for Leper Gnome than killing the stupid Infiltrator that I ended up dealing with pretty well. Actually, I guess I got buffed and killed my Acolyte of Pain, but I still ended up doing alright. He's got 5 cards to my 6, soon to be 7. This is annoying and needs to die. And that, oh geez, that's incredibly good. He can kill the Leper Gnome. Okay, so the Leper Gnome, my little Leper Gnome gambit really did not work out. So now this Worgen gets to kill off 2 of my creatures. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, did he really just do that? Oh, wow, what a lucky day. So folks, my opponent just made a gigantic error. He attacked me with the Worgen instead of killing off the injured Blade Master. Now, first of all, I can use hero ability to shapeshift and kill this thing, so there's really no reason to let me have that. Second of all, this allows me just to use my Blade Master to kill off the Worgen Infiltrator, or the Warsong Commander, which is a creature that you want to protect at all costs. So, yeah, my opponent dropped the ball there. So I've got a couple of different options. One, of course, is to use swipe on this and then kill off the Worgen, you know, kind of tangentially, then hero ability to finish that off. The disadvantage of this play is that it leaves me with just 1 creature on the board because I spent all my mana killing his stuff. But then I'm way ahead on cards. Now the other play is I could use the Blade Master to kill the Warsong Commander and play the Sunwalker, which does hold off very nicely against the Raging Worgen. It's just the issue of, like, if my opponent does kill this or silence it, then I'm in trouble. Now, I bet if he had a silence, he would have used it against my Harvest Golem, because that proved to be very irritating. So I'm guessing it doesn't have a silence. So I'm going to take a little bit of a risky play here and play Sunwalker. And see if this can hold the fort, basically. It's possible that he'll have like a slam, pop Divine Shield, draw card, and then like, I don't know, do a rampage, and then like do crazy stuff with this Raging Worgen. It's possible. But he's only got 3 cards, so I feel like I'm in pretty decent shape here. He's trying to attack my creature, poor guy. No, this thing has taunt. Alright, so that's going to pop Divine Shield. Does he have an answer? He has Abusive Sergeant. Well, that's alright. So this took out 2 creatures. I'm okay with that. The more pressing concern is what's he doing with the rest of his 6 mana. Armoring up, it's a good sign. Means he doesn't have anything good. And a Magma Rager. Oh my god. Magma Rager? Wow. Either he had nothing better to do, or he's not very good. Okay, now, I was going to swipe his face. That would kill off both of these creatures. Another option presents itself. I could Wrath and Hero ability to kill them both off, and draw a card that also saves my swipe. What am I doing with my leftover 5 mana? Nothing impressive. I mean, Acolyte of Pain and the Panther, or Acolyte of Pain and buff my creatures, I guess. I think I might do that. I mean, I could faceless manipulate on the Magma Rager before I kill it. No, I'm not going to do that. So we will in fact go for the Wrath and save the swipe. Swipe is nice because it can burn his face later. And it just does more damage in one package, so that could be a difference. Ironbark Protector, that's a card I'm pretty happy to draw. Hero up, do this. And, oh yeah, I need a hero up. So yeah, I don't have time for the Panther. We'll just play Acolyte and swing for 4. Okay, well, I'd say that we're doing amazingly good, and in fact we are. So that was an interesting game because I didn't do anything special or spectacular. In fact, if anything, I messed up. I tried to get fancy with the Leper Gnome, and it ended up really biting me. But my opponent made a colossal mistake. He didn't kill my Blade Master with his Worgen when he had the chance. I still could have won even if he had done that, because basically I ended up spending the next turn dropping my Sunwalker, which would have been good. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The reason that I was able to drop the Sunwalker is because I was able to kill the Warsong Commander with my creature. If he'd killed my creature, I would have needed to spend swipe to kill Warsong Commander because you cannot let a Warsong Commander survive a turn. And then I wouldn't have played the Sunwalker. Given that I drew Ironbark Protector later and my opponent was playing with bad cards like Magma Rager that I drew an answer to, I might have been okay. But anyway, my opponent really dug himself a hole when he didn't kill my creature. Ironic the Mage. Alright, haven't seen a Mage in a while and I'm not complaining. I draw a Leper Gnome, but it's just not a good turn 1 play against Mages. I mean, she's likely not to have anything to do on turn 2 anyway. Wow, I'm really happy that I've been seeing this guy as little as I have been. He's awful. So, okay, it's time to mulligan the whole hand. Nothing is here that I want to play, and I don't want to keep 4-drops if I don't know that my other cards are going to be any good. Okay, that's better, that's better, that's better. Nice job, Hearthstone, way to go. Now, the one little issue here is that if the Panda drops on turn 2, I have to put the Argent Squire back in my hand. But I might want to do that anyway, honestly. I mean, if she has nothing on turn 2 and pops the Divine Shield, I'll attack for 1, Panda up, save this baby. If she plays something with 2 health, I can use this plus hero ability. Oh god, please don't hit. Why do I always lose those coin flips? Why do I always lose those coin flips? Alright, anyway. Play the Panda now. I may end up coining out the Dark Iron Dwarf, it depends on what she does. Okay, so Dark Iron Dwarf does nothing there. The Ironforge Rifleman also doesn't work because it gets us down to 2 health, which isn't enough to do anything. This is why this is a terrible card. Okay, this is just... I could coin out the Dark Iron Dwarf just to get the 4/4 on the board, but that seems awfully silly. So I guess we'll make the trade. I shouldn't be that upset. I mean, I'm trading a 2-drop for a 3-drop, and we'll shoot her in the face. I don't care in the slightest about wasting this thing. It's just so unlikely to be relevant that I'll just put it down as a 2/2 for 3 mana. A 2/2 for 2 mana is bad. That certainly wasn't any better. Okay, so now... even though I get to play the Dark Iron Dwarf and kill the Gnomish Inventor, and that feels good, it's actually not, because that Gnomish Inventor drew a card. So the fact that it killed a creature isn't good. So she has 6 cards to my 6, soon to be 7, but one of them is the coin. What I want here is another Dark Iron Dwarf. Sadly, I don't think I can pull that off. Oh, right. Well, I could coin out Force of Nature and have it be a 6-mana spell that kills her Vengeful Mercenary. I could also play a Spiteful Smith and try to race. That doesn't seem right to me. We're just going to go ahead and do this. It doesn't feel good at all. But if you look at it logically, it's a 6-mana spell that kills her creature. And that is just fine. So she's building up all kinds of little advantages here. I think it's going to come down to whether or not she has Polymorph from my Protector, or some other answer. Because she's got 6 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. I was the second player, I should be a card equal. And she's going to go ahead and kill my Dark Iron Dwarf with their overpowered hero ability. Fine. That at least was her whole turn. She spent her whole turn killing a 4/4. I guess there are more impressive things she could have done. So, I could play the Gnomish Inventor and the Argent Squire. The problem is it's not using up all of my mana. To use all of the mana, I'd have to play Spiteful Smith and the Argent Squire, which is also a bigger body. I think I'd rather have the bigger body than the card. But of course, if she ends up having a Polymorph, I'm going to be sad that I made this choice. Next turn might be a turn when I play Gnomish Inventor anyway, because sadly I'm a turn away from Ironbark Protector. So, if she does have a Fireball or Polymorph to kill this. Yep! Oh no, she's freezing it. Fair enough. So she doesn't have Fireball or Polymorph, or else she's just trying to cheat. Well, I'd like to play this and swipe. I can't do that. I'd like to play this and Wrath, and have that be enough to kill it, but it's not enough. It would be at 2 health. This would only bring it down to 1 health. So I have no choice. I have to swipe this thing. Now either I Wrath it or I pop Divine Shield against it. Or I could use Hero Ability. Let's think for a moment. I'm going to save the Wrath. Let's use Hero Ability here. And we'll swing at her face. I'd like to keep the Divine Shield on this thing. And use it when I don't have the mana to spare. Like, I had mana to spare there. I might as well use it. So I might as well save this damage for a time when I need my mana to do other things, like play an Ironbark Protector. Then an extra source of damage is nice. So she did have a Fireball. She was just trying to cheat by putting the Frost Elemental into play. Ugh. So on the one hand, I don't really want to let a mage keep a spell damage creature in play. On the other hand, Really want to play this Ironbark Protector, so I could play the Wolf that I just drew. That would let me deal 2 damage to the Magi, which is really not that helpful. Oh, boy. I have a feeling it's going to only get worse. And then, by the way, now a Fireball would deal 7 damage, and then Hero Ability would finish it off because of the spell damage in play. Oh, man. Alright, my instincts tell me 4, 6, 8. Can I use the card drawing bit of this? Not if I'm a Inventor. Damn. Alright. Let's draw a card first. See what I get. That's interesting, but I think it's more important to kill this off. So we have to do the 3 damage bit of it, unfortunately.
I fight.
And do I play the Wolf? I'll save the Wolf as a surprise. Not feeling good. She's got 5 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. That doesn't feel good, though. For a mage to be at 22 health with this many cards this late in the game, she's just likely to have cards that far outclass mine. Probably this. I'm just not a good matchup against mage. Probably. Simply because the mage has easy answers to my big stuff, and I don't have that much big stuff. And am I gonna play this thing? I am gonna play this thing. And then for my little stuff, she has Flame Strike, so it's just a tough matchup. So she still has 5 cards in her hand. It's way too many cards. Oh, of course, she has Polymorph, of course. So yeah, I played 2 big creatures. She had answers to both of them. That's not a coincidence. It's not super great luck. I mean, it's she's a mage. No other class could deal with a Spiteful Smith and an Ironbark Protector that easily. Ugh. Well, ballsacks. This is getting very ugly very fast. So I could do this. And this. And I can't even kill this thing. Unless I hit it with my face, which I don't want to do. So yeah, we'll do this little thing to Jude. And I'll swing to kill at least the 1 creature that I can kill. I'll optimistically assume that my 5/6 will hold up against her 7/5. It's a pretty wild assumption, but you gotta play to your outs when you're desperate. Yeah, bad matchup, and she had her cards, so that's life.
Don't mess with Tusk.
The frost wolves
Oh
stand
boy.
ready.
Well, she didn't have Flame Strike, but she had something just about as good, which is another giant thing. Now, I don't have any more Ironbark Protectors. I don't really have anything big anymore, except for a Faceless Manipulator. That's my one answer that I've got. Faceless Manipulator. And she's gonna actually... Oh, wait. Did I miscount? What was it? Hold on. Oh, because the wolf died. Right, once the wolf was dead. Acolyte of Pain Army. Let's do this thing, bitches. Yeah.
Job's done.
Okay, so by the way, if you're wondering why I so often hem and haw about Acolyte of Pain while drafting, this is why. I just played 2 3-drops that do pretty much nothing for me in this situation, other than draw me 2 cards very delayedly. Yes. Oh my goodness. Frostbolt or Fireball wins her the game. She only needs 4 damage. Argent Commander would win her the game. A bunch of things would win her the game. Swings me in the face. Swings me in the face. More face swinging. Oh, I'm sorry. She only needs 3 damage. I can't count very well.
I'll put it on your
Panda. Cute. Very cute.
Don't mess.
Do I have anything to deal with this in my deck? Do I have a single goddamn thing? Harvest Golem. Well, let's draw some cards. See what we get. Okay. Well, I'd be in good shape if she didn't have a 7/7 and a 5/4 in play and I were at 3 health. Folks, always go out in style. Always go out in style. And say well played. Unless you are angry and then don't say well played. So now she was finally low on cards, but she had too much board presence when that happened. Okay, well, all I hope for when I go up to 5-0 and lose the first game is that I don't go 5 and 3. That's all I hope for. I will be extremely disappointed if I end up not making it to 6 in this run, because it was a pretty good deck. Now, in that game we saw, in some other games, we also saw how the curve is kind of biting us, because I just end up with these hands full of 2-drops, and I don't have enough to apply pressure on the board. Now, I've been able to, you know, cheat through the win with card quality, because there aren't really that many bad cards in this deck. I'm not sure there are really any cards that could truly be classified as bad. Are there any bad cards? I think there's some stupid thing in here. Yes, Ironforge Rifleman, for example. But by and large, the cards are all pretty good, and so I just have been getting by on card quality. This is a pretty good hand to have against a Paladin. Now, I'll send back one of the swipes, but other than that, all I could really ask for is a 1-drop. I didn't get one, but I'll play this on turn 2. That will discourage him from making recruits, because I can just enrage against them. Hopefully he passes on turn 1. If he doesn't pass on turn 1, fuck me sideways with a wailing harpoon. Ah, damn. So now the Fairy Dragon can kill the Berserker. Which, okay. Tech play here. I'm going to play Leper Gnome. So I'd rather lose the Leper Gnome to this Fairy Dragon than the Berserker. They both died to the Fairy Dragon. Might as well throw away the crappier one. And I was afraid of this, that he'd have Divine Shield. So now he got to kill my Leper Gnome, but at least he didn't kill my Berserker this way. Oh, Jesus. What is this crap? Well, I'm going to play it.
Locked and loaded.
Take that thing. Try to trade against that. Use hero ability to kill this Fairy Dragon. God damn, if I needed him just to pass on turn 1 like a good little boy. But no, he had to go ahead and be a big old bitch about things. He's actually going to trade voluntarily. That's nice. I suppose that is relatively prudent. Alright. You know what's interesting? This board, the Gnomish Inventor is actually pretty good against it. I'm just going to do that and see what we can see. Because it kind of like holds up against his stuff pretty well. And if he, you know, uses True Silver Champion or whatever against it, I don't care as much because it did draw me a card. Now I want to play the Sunwalker ASAP, but I can't just yet. I'm only going to be at turn 5. He's actually going to Hammer of Wrath. So he spends his whole turn doing that, use the Piglet to finish it off. He's got a 2-3 to 2-2, a bit swipe-proof, unfortunately. Nothing for me to facelessly manipulate. Ah, Violet Teacher, you are the perfect arrival. So now he needs another buff of some kind, which Paladins have in abundance, but at the moment he only has 4 power on the board, so he needs some help. Now with 6 cards, what are the odds that a Paladin has help? Extremely high. Ludicrously high. So many cards that will let him kill this in high style, but you gotta ask your opponent questions. They might run out of answers like he did here. He doesn't have an answer for my Violet Teacher. Kobold Geomancer. Kobold Geomancer. Oh my god! Oh my god. That was spectacular. So the reason I wanted Kobold Geomancer so much is that now I can do this and it will kill off his 2 toughness creatures. Oh wow, that was one of the best. That was one of the best calls I've had on this channel. Now it's not that impressive because I often will beg for a card and most of the time I don't get it. But if you beg for cards enough, eventually you will strike it big. Now, he got super lucky that the Kobold Geomancer got hit and not the 1-1, because if the Kobold Geomancer had survived, I could have swiped this guy down. As it is, I could still swipe it down, actually, but then I have to throw away my 1-1 into it. Now, I could play Sunwalker. The problem with playing Sunwalker is that against a Paladin, you don't really want to let him keep creatures. Like, he could... Well, he couldn't do much. It would be difficult. He'd need to have a silence. So I am going to play the Sunwalker. And I'm going to hide behind it like a little bitch and see if he has a silence for me. Humility doesn't do it. Blessing of Kings, I don't care. Hammer of Wrath, True Silver Champion, Consecration. I don't care about any of those cards, honestly. So pretty much all the typical Paladin answers don't work. He needs a non-Paladin answer, namely a silence. And interestingly, Paladins, I don't think, have any class-specific silence cards. So if he doesn't have a Spellbreaker or an Ironbeak Owl, he's in trouble. Alright, he's going to pop Divine Shield and
Drink with me,
return it to his hand. So that means that this 1-1 is on heavily borrowed time. As is any 2-drop, or any creature I play. And I actually have a lot that will die to that Kodo. Oh, that's annoying. Well, that's what I get for letting him keep the Kodo, is he put it back in his hand with the Panda. Alright, so these will die to a swipe. That will get enraged by a swipe. So I'm not that keen on it. Blessing of Wisdom. Oh, jeez. I am starting to actually get really annoyed by that card. I'm not gonna lie. Can I win the game? Can I win the game? I got 4, 7, 8, plus 6 is 14 damage. No, I can't win the game just yet. And this Divine Shield got popped, so the Faceless Manipulator is not that attractive, especially because it means I'm not playing Swipe. Let me think. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm going to swipe this. Get a 1-1. And then I'm going to use this guy who's going to... Actually... No, I'm not. I'm going to use my hero ability. For the wilds. And then I'm going to play the Money Berserker. So what I'm basically saying to my opponent is... I'm going to swing for 3. I'm getting really close to burning him out with Force of Nature. What I'm basically saying to my opponent is, do you dare play your Kodo? Because it's got a 2/3 chance of whiffing. Now, if he has Consecration, this guy will get enraged. So you need to have something else after Consecration to handle my business. So Blessing of Wisdom currently just cycled itself. This is unimpressive. I don't care at all. That's unimpressive. Is he playing an Defender of Argus? That would be pretty good. Choose of a Champion. Oh my goodness, my opponent did not have the right cards here. So I'm pretty sure he's going to lose. Now I have... Why did he do that? That was not a good move. When you're already in burn range, putting yourself further into burn range isn't good. Now what's interesting is I don't actually have enough room on the board for 3. I only have enough room for 2 creatures. So we'll just do a little finesse move. We're going to suicide one of these guys. Make room for Force of Nature. Oh geez! I forgot about that! I forgot the 1-1 was going to get made first. Well anyway, I think we have enough leeway here with that, or even without that. So that was it. Alright, we crushed Skyline the Paladin. Anyone from Ohio, you might be familiar with Skyline chili. It's not real chili, but it is really good. It's one of those like terrible foods that I miss a whole lot sometimes. They actually, Skyline chili, they have the only chili dogs that I actually enjoy eating. I tried getting chili dogs at other places. I don't know if you've had a chili dog recently. Those things are disgusting. They're like super messy. They're like always runny and greasy. They're so gross. But Skyline chili, man, they had really good chili dogs. They put their like fake chili on it, which is like made of like grossness and chemicals, but it's delicious. And they have like, you know, shredded cheese on top, and they'd put like onions in it, and it'd be like in this nice, neat, like clean looking bun, and it would all fit, and it'd be so nice. Oh my god. That's all. I almost want to like go visit my parents in Ohio just so I could eat Skyline chili now. Orange Nova the Druid, so the all-important mirror matchup. Hey, Druid of the Claw, where have you been, you little bitch? I've been playing the Spiteful Smith and crap because you haven't been around. Anyway, this is all terrible. Sorry, Ironbark Protector, I'd love to keep you, but I need cards to play. And I kind of have them. This is a very annoying curve to be second player with, because if you coin out the Berserker on turn 1, you have nothing to do on turn 2. But if you play the Berserker on turn 2, that means you're not coining out to accelerate the drops on turn 3. Anyway, that problem took care of itself because I drew another 2-drop. That is the one nice thing about this deck, higher than average odds of getting 2 2-drops. I would have preferred actually one of my 1-drops though, Leper Gnome. Actually, not Leper Gnome, sorry, Argent Squire. I've got 2 of those. Would have preferred one of those. Let's see what he's got for me. Crocolisk. Okay, fair enough. I'll just trade. I'm not gonna let him play Shattered Sun Cleric against me. So we'll just do this and see if he has a Wrath to kill off this dangerous creature, or actually a 3/3. A 3/3 of some sort is a very good answer to a Money Berserker. Fairy Dragon doesn't quite work. Now, again, I could get ballsy and, like, attack past and let him do the trade, but I'm just done with that. Had enough of that crap. We're gonna play Damaged Golem, or, sorry, Harvest Golem. It's not as hard-hitting as the Blade Master, but it's sturdier. I'd like to get a toehold on this board. Okay, well, then that happens, so that's nice. I could actually swipe this thing and then cash in my Golem. Will be a little bit risky, though. I'll play the Violet Teacher. So, if he kills the Golem by running in with Ascension and using hero ability, I don't mind that so much. If he actually has a way, like a Dark Iron Dwarf, say, of killing the Violet Teacher, that I mind a little bit more. But I do have a swipe, which can hopefully help me out if he does the worst thing. Okay, good. So he's going to do that. Totally fine. Looks like he's using hero ability to kill off the Harvest Golem. Oh, you know what? Man, I have to be careful. He almost could have swiped me down. I should really think about swipe when I play against Druids, because it's a good card, and you should think about it.
We must cleanse the
That is actually a little bit irritating. Actually, what am I talking about? It's really not irritating at all. I mean, it basically stops me from killing him. Actually, it is. I was gonna Violet Teacher and kill this engine, and then I could play my other creatures. Instead, that's a big enough threat that I need to swipe it. Make a 1/1. And I'm not gonna let the Shattered Sun Cleric live. We'll just kill it off. So swipe would kill off my team here, but I don't really mind that too much. I think the Violet Teacher has done her job. He's got 5 cards to my 6, soon to be 7. Granted, one of them is probably gonna die to hero ability or swipe pretty soon.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Don't mess with Tusker. I wish I could give this thing 3 health. That would be so nice. I could kill the Razorfen Hunter and survive. Cling on! But it's not looking likely. God, I hate you so much. Alrighty, Force of Nature does not work. That's what I don't like about this card. There's just so many cases where it just doesn't quite work right. We'll do this.
Locked and loaded.
And then I could be a little bitch. I could play Sunwalker, Sunfree Protector, give this taunt, the deal. Yeah, we'll just do that. And let's go ahead and play my biggest dude. Hermetic! And pass the turn. So he's got 5 to my 5, soon to be 6. I was the second player though, so that's not anything exceptional. Basically, I kept my extra card from when we started. Ancient War. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Balls. Ouch. Well, see, Wrath is 7 damage. I mean, I hate this. I hate everything about this, but I have to do this. This is 10 damage. So I just 2-for-1 myself against his 7-drop. I'm now down a card. Look at, he's got 5 to my 4 now, just soon to be 5. So yeah, that was bad. That wasn't a good turn of events. If he plays an Ironbark Protector, look at my hand, I'm probably going to lose.
What does the future
Well, that's alright. I'll take this. This is okay. That is a little bit more annoying, but it's doable. We could do something with this. Well, balls. I think what I want to do is the following. We're going to do this. Trade there. Play the Acolyte. And then I'm going to play the Sunfury Protector over here to give this little bad boy taunt so that the Darkscale Healer needs to run into it and draw me a card and also take an extra damage from the Wolf. Then the Wrath could finish this off. I get a card. Ooh, that's a good card. Druids are not the greatest at dealing with this card. Unless, of course, they have Silence, but, you know, anyone can have Silence, so Druids specifically are not the greatest. Oh no, he has Ironbark Protector! That's not good. That is the opposite of good. Oh, jeez. I can't even kill this thing with my creatures. Yeah, we're gonna have to play the Sunwalker here. Make sure we get it on the correct side of the Wolf. And we're gonna go ahead and wrath it up, baby. I don't know why I sounded like that. The taunt on this Ironbark Protector is just murderous. If only I had a Faceless Manipulator in my hand, that would have been pretty good. Alas, it is not to be. So he needs a Silence. Silence would pretty much win him the game on the spot. Or really, I mean, he could just use Hero ability, pop Divine Shield, take 5 damage. Who cares? Ironbark Protector kills this off. It's a 3 health. And then the Sunfury Protector has to run into it, but I'm 2-for-1ing myself again. So that's just, I'm going further and behind on cards. Yeah, that's not good. I'll hang in there, but... Oh no! He gets to kill my Wolf now, and I can't kill the Ironbark Protector anymore. This is 1 damage short. Oh boy. And he still has 5 mana to work with, and 2 extra cards. Oh, that's great. That is delightful. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. I need creatures like this, not like this. Leper Gnome. Leper Gnome.
I got this.
I am tempted to concede, but on the off chance that he's holding on to the same kind of junk that I am, I'll keep on playing, and maybe I'll draw Ironbark Protector or something. Maybe. But the odds are slim. I should have drafted that other Ironbark Protector. I should have played with 2. You know, it makes sense. I mean, back when Mind Control cost 8 mana, people would play with 2 Mind Controls. I would play with 2 Mind Controls. Why not play with 2 Ironbark Protectors? I was worried over nothing. My curve was low. I should have taken another big card. Damn. So he's got a little bit of junky stuff here. Hero ability will kill the Leper Gnome. I take him down to 21 health, though. Oh, man. Who am I kidding? That's way too much health. I got no chance. Alright, I'm going to draw a card and concede. Oh, yeah. Definitely drawing a card and conceding unless it's something amazing. Druid of the Claw. Is that amazing? I don't think that's really amazing enough. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Hero up. Pass the turn. I mean, he can pop Divine Shield and kill it with the Yeti, but then his stuff's fragile. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I can still get Ironbark Protector and win. Maybe if he's holding on to like 2 Alarma Bots. I don't know. Maybe he's got 2 Alarma Bots in his hand. And I'm going to win this game once I draw my Ironbark Protector. I am very disappointed that that was not an Alarmo Bot. Very disappointed. He got 2 of those epic trees. I didn't get any. I got like Faceless Manipulator and some other dumb thing as my epics. That's one of the nice things about the Druid class. A lot of epics in this game do kind of suck.
Well played. I concede.
And Druids have really good ones. Like, their class-specific epics are really good. Actually, are all of them good? I think they just have 3 epic trees. Those are the Druid epics. Other classes have dumb epics. Like, the Hunter has Bestial Wrath. Like, there are stupid epics out there. Like, mages have Ice Block. So it's nice to play a class where your epics are all good. But that only works if you actually see those epics. I didn't. Oh, you know what? Force of Nature is an epic, right? Yeah, that one kind of sucks. That one's not that great. So I got, like, the worst of the Druid epics. Lame! So we're fighting for our arena life. We're also fighting for the money. I learned recently that at 6 wins you can get 80 gold, which I think was like the floor or close to the floor of what it used to be. So that sucks. 6 wins is not that impressive. Maybe they up the average a little bit, so you're more likely to get above 100 gold than you used to, but that makes 6 wins a lot less exciting. Well, there's Ironbark Protector. You arrived very late. You arrived, like, as early as you could possibly have arrived while still being late. Damn it. Ah, this thing again. Fuck. Well, I don't have an Argent Squire on the field, so I'm just going to have to play this Panther and let him do a trade. Because against a Warlock, you can't dick around and do fancy things. You just need to play your shit when you have it and hope you can survive the onslaught that's about to head your way. He still has the coin because this was a 1-drop. Alright, he's trading. It's fine. Here comes the coin, and we have Organ. Oh my god, that is the one thing I didn't want to see because I can't play the Acolyte of Pain now. FML. I can't play this. He'll enrage against it, give me a card, be with a 4/2 Wind Fury. Can't play it. Can't be played. That was like that's just like a hero organ. Ah, boy. I don't like that at all. So we're fighting for arena life, trying to make it into the money, and it's not looking good. In this hood, it's not looking good. Harvest Golem, it's alright. I mean, it's annoying. It's good at board presence, but it's not super threatening just yet. So we gotta play Senjin. Oh boy. Oh no, I got the vegetable bug. It makes water and doesn't grow vegetables. But I want to see vegetables here. I'm sad now. I'm losing this game. I just want to squash some vegetables to improve my spirits. These flowers are just not nearly as good as the vegetables. Sad.
Possibilities.
Oh, so sad. So I'd rather have Druid of the Claw, but of course I get Spiteful Smith. He live taps. It's good and bad. On the one hand, it's not playing anything more threatening, but on the other hand, he's getting a bit of card advantage. I'm not going to be able to put pressure on him anytime soon. Demon Fire. So he's 2 for 1-ing himself. So, okay, so he just gave up the card that he got. That's fine, I suppose. And swings. Well, I don't need any cards yet, so we're going to go ahead and just play the Spiteful Smith. It's pretty huge, kind of hard to deal with. Warlocks actually don't have the best of times dealing with this. He could do a Shadow Bolt and cash in the Golem, or a Soulfire, or a Power Overwhelming. Those all achieve pretty much the same thing. I guess he can do it pretty well when he has a Harvest Golem on the field. But unlike a mage who can just, from 0 to 60, has 2 common answers to this creature, Warlocks need to, have a little bit of support. So this is 3 turns away, unfortunately. Ah, it's a pretty good card. He's gonna go ahead and ignore me. Direwolf Alpha doesn't quite reach up high enough. I could Direwolf Alpha and hit him in the face with my hero ability. That seems a little silly. Or I could try to race. I don't think this is the right time for the race, though. So yeah, we're gonna hit him in the face and kill him.
For the wild.
And then I'm gonna play Mark of the Wild. That wasn't good, but I don't think I was in a position to race, and I think that was the best thing I could do. Yeah, the Ventricle Mercenary was very good there. I would have liked to have, like, a Force of Nature would have been actually nice in that case. Alright, he's going to cash out the Golem and use the Charging Murloc to kill off the Wolf. Better that than Shadow Bolt or Soulfire, so I'm fine. I still can't quite play the Ironbark Protector, but I can draw a card and use Hero ability to kill this thing off. Okay, so he's gotten 2 cards and a Blood Imp. Oh no, I can't kill it off anymore. Lame. Well, I need a swipe now so I can kill off this Blood Imp at some point. Ah, this is an extremely timely draw. That's very, very good. So we're gonna play the taunt. I think I need the extra health. And I'm gonna play Leopard Gnome. I'm gonna sneak that in here. See if I can trade against something juicy. He has 8 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. And he can life tap freely because his life is really high. But if he doesn't bring the board state to his advantage right now, then I can safely play an Ironbark Protector. And if he doesn't have a Siphon Soul, lots of ifs you can see here, but if he doesn't have a Siphon Soul, then this will be really amazing. Oh no, that's not good. So he's gonna get cards for that damaged Golem. Damn. And of course, this is at 3 health, so the Leopard Gnome can't kill it. That's at 4 health. Well, actually, I can kill that. But then I have to give him another card. Fudge sickles on a rainy Sunday. Okay, I don't know what to do. I really want swipe, and I don't have it. Do I dare draw a card just hoping I get one of my 2 swipes? How desperate am I? I'm pretty desperate. I'm gonna do it. Not a chance. Alright. Well, I will kill this thing and give him a card. It's a pretty good Cult Master, I have to say. And I could use Hero ability to kill off the Cult Master with the help of Leopard Gnome, but you know what? Screw that. I'll just start attacking him. Maybe I can race him out. He's got the card advantage against me. But who knows what'll happen? Who knows? I would say that my opponent has the advantage here, just because of all his cards. He has 7 cards in his hand. I have 7 cards total. And he's up to play, and he can life tap freely still because he's at 25 health. The Blood Imp was very good, stopping me from killing off the Cult Master with my Leopard Gnome. Well, he's got some kind of removal, it looks like. He pointed something ever so briefly at my Druid.
So many possibilities.
Well, getting 6 wins is exciting in its own right, because you're like, oh man, I hope the reward is above 100 gold. You have that moment of excitement. Whereas like 7 wins, it's like, all right, I know I'm getting between like 170 and 100, or 150 and 180. Wow, Siphon Soul on my Druid. Now that suggests one of 2 things. Either he's being cocky or he has another Siphon Soul. Which I don't like very much because... Oh wow, he's actually going to kill off my Leopard Gnome. Interesting. Oh, and he's going to draw a card. Right. Okay, that sucks load of dongs. So do I play the Ironbark Protector here? Or do I use Hero ability to kill off the Cult Master? I'm going to actually use Hero ability to kill the Cult Master off. Let's get rid of this bitch, swing for 3, and then I'm going to go ahead and play that. I wish I could play them both out. I don't have enough, unfortunately. But we'll play the Acolyte of Pain and pass the turn. Well, he's got 9 cards in his hand to my 5 total on the screen. But I do have the board advantage, so if he can clear me out with a Hellfire or something, he'll be in really good shape. Frost Elemental is a pretty good start. Leaves him with 3 mana. He's going to heal up. All right. That could have been a lot worse. Now, the main concern that I have is that the Ironbark Protector will actually die to these 2 creatures combined, which is something I don't really like. Therefore, I'm actually going to go ahead and kill off the Farseer. I'll take a little bit of a risk hitting him in the face rather than using the Acolyte of Pain. I want to keep the Acolyte around, and I just want to keep it around. Maybe I should have just used it instead of taking 3 damage. I don't know. With bajillion cards and the ability to life tap, he only needs to come up with 3 damage to kill this thing. Plus, given how loosely he used Siphon Soul earlier, it might be that he just has a second one. No, he does not have another Siphon Soul. That's good news. He's 5 mana left. Oh my gosh, he has a lot of that stuff.
Ready, sir.
Does he have a Soul Fire? Is that what he's waving around here? I don't have any good Soulfire targets, do I? This will survive. This draws a card. This is a dumb thing to Soulfire. He's going to Soulfire my Acolyte of Pain. Card advantage. I get a card and he loses a card. Fair enough. Dread Infernal. Might have been a nice card for him to play at some point. Okay. Well, I have no choice, folks. We need to start racing. And just hope that I draw a swipe in time to kill him. Do I kill off one of these squires or do I just hit him in the face? I'm just going to hit him in the face. We need to apply as much pressure as we possibly can. So, do I want anything besides this Ironbark Protector to have taunt? Not really. I guess the golem. Yeah. All right. So, oh no, the Acolyte of Pain. That's why I want to have taunt. Yes. So we'll do this, 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 and this. So we're just flooding the board and hoping that he has a bunch of creatures. Like if he has a bunch of vanilla creatures, I don't care what those creatures are. If they don't have taunt or comes into play effects, he just top deck the Siphon Soul. No! Oh, that's it. That's the game. That's the game. I needed him not to top deck Siphon Soul. I'm pretty sure that was the card he just drew. Oh, that's so sad. Argent Squire, you are like 10 turns too late, baby. Baby cakes. He's gonna kill off my Violet Teacher. He's gonna kill off my Amani Berserker. Oh, he got a Siphon Soul for my Ironbark Protector. Golly, Jeebus nuts. I don't think I can win anymore. This is just too good of a board, quite frankly. I would have needed to get like a swipe off of my Acolyte of Pain and then gotten a Kobold Geomancer. And then like I could have wrathed his stuff. Fuck. Well, that's that then. Siphon Soul. GG. I can only deal 4, 6, 8, 9 damage. Okay. Okay. No, he's going to kill that, right? I forgot about that. So I can only deal 2, 4. Oh, he has this to attack with? Shit. Ugh, that's so terrible. So I can only deal 4 damage, get him down to 9 health. It's just no good. What? Oh, he's going to use his swipes to kill off my... Oh, jeez. I forgot he had both of those. Well, I had the swipe, but it's just not enough.
I got this.
Alright. Oh, wait. Does he have enough damage to kill me? 9, 12? Yeah, we have to go for it here, folks. There's just no question. It must be gone for. Okay, so I have exactly 1 out right now. The out is that he doesn't have the kill, and that I draw my other swipe. Then I'd have an 8-mana bomb. That's it. That's the only way that I can win. He just had too much board presence with the Silverhand Knights, and that frickin' Siphon Soul was my undoing. Looks like he has the kill. Otherwise, he wouldn't be attacking me. Go to hell. Alright, that was a good game. That was a good game. Sometimes they top deck Siphon Soul against you and win. What are you gonna do? That Cult Master was very good for him, so was the Blood Imp. He just had some good cards, and his cards are a bit better than mine, and that's that. So I hope you enjoyed watching that round. If you did, do please like the video and or subscribe to the channel. So we ended up going to 6 wins after starting at 5, and no, that is a little sad, but I'm glad we at least made it to 6. So now commences our post-run ritual. Let's hope it's more than 100 gold. Oh, that's actually really good, 130. I don't think, no, you could see it this high, but it was very rare to see it this high before. So yeah, 130 gold, that's spectacular. Pretty much making up our money when you factor in the daily quests, so I'm happy with that. Let's take a look at our pack's contents. Epic! Mind Games, I'm not sure I have those. And the Manatite Totem, so I definitely have all the other stuff, I just don't know about the Mind Games. Let's take a quick look. Epics are pretty likely to be new, and I don't have Mind Games. Excellent. How many of those do I have? 2. That was my second one. Well, that's great. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to... I want to see my new stuff. What's my new stuff? Claw? Oh, okay, great. That's awesome. Let's take a sneak peek at our next arena. It's gonna be Priest, Mage, or a Hunter? Oh, gosh. These all seem pretty recent. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Folks, thanks so much for watching. As always, I wish you still a wonderful new year in 2014, and I'll see you back again tomorrow. Till then.